just kind of a chill stream uh, slash video. I actually want to do some theories and stuff for season 7, since when this comes out, the stream will be the next day, or the VidCon will be the next day. I think I've already said that I'm not going now. Um, I believe I made that post. But hey, at least I'm going to try to live stream it. Not live stream it, but I'm going to try to do a reaction stream to it. Um, Hopefully I don't get copyrighted if there's copyrighted music, because that would suck. But oh god, this is gonna be one of those videos again, isn't it? I do want to talk about theories, and I don't know how to bring up like photos and stuff to show them, so I'm kind of about that. So I've had this theory for a while that um Aphmau's gonna end up either timeline hopping. I think I may have talked about this last video. I think she's gonna either hop timelines, or she's going to be going through different dimensions and stuff. Because we see in one photo that was posted, I can't remember on which of her TikToks, but apparently there was a picture, and you can see like Aph in the corner, but there's like this mysterious figure in the background, and you can't like fully see their face or anything. Or like I don't think you can really see their eyes all that well, and it's just weird because it looks like Aphmau's outfits in a way, but a different color scheme. So this character is wearing like black jacket, same white top, kinda more cropped, and then I think black pants are like shorts, like how hers are. I don't think we see his shoes or anything. I'm gonna assume we're getting a new poster as well for those who will be at VidCon. I don't plan on ordering a poster again because mine came in ruined. As much as I would love another poster from, the shop and stuff, it's not worth it if it's gonna get torn up before I can even get it out of the roll. But it's just interesting to me, and I think it's definitely it's either a nod to the ending of my street, or it's the hint of, well, okay, this is the last season, obviously, so I mean like something to be shown at the end for like a new series to continue on, but not be the same thing as my street. Because I believe I said something about one on my bingo card. It's on there that like at the end it's a time skip to like maybe some of the couple time kids. I know a lot of people have been like, I can't tell if they're being serious when they do this. Um, Sorry, my brain was flat for a minute. Flat? Hmm. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Shoot. Oh, I've seen fans freaking out since that Alf needs to make Lawrence and Gareth a couple by the end of, or just need to make them a couple. It's like, what if that's not the plan? This is for them to be a couple. Because a lot of people, then people get upset because they're like, oh, if they make Garth and Kim date, I'm gonna be so upset. And then it's like, okay, listen, I get it that you want Garth and Lawrence to be together, and you think that she did queer baiting with them. I don't think that was queer baiting. I know plenty of guys, how they act around each other is how they act with each other, and they can be completely straight. And that was the one thing like I never got because everyone kept saying it was like Garth and Lawrence. I don't know if that's like the actual thing that they're saying is queer baiting, but it's like y'all need to like chill with that. If she doesn't want to make something a couple, she doesn't have to. And so when you throwing a fit about it, makes takes the fun out of the fandom and just shipping in general. No, don't get me wrong with like how they are and stuff. Like maybe a big couple, be a good couple. But what is the chance that they're both straight? And I know someone's gonna say something like, "You're against gay people." Da da da. Dude, I am literally asexual and a or gender fluid. Sorry, I was a gremlin. I'm not against it, but it's one of those things like with how people get upset with the Zayn and Aphmau ship. They're just really good friends. We don't have to ship everything that's good friends. And I think that needs to be talked about. I think that needs to be talked about a little bit more. Um, I'm just trying to think what else I was going to talk about because I already said like I think they're going to dimension hop and timeline hop. Um, I'm going to speculate that maybe everyone gets what they've lost back from when they were fused, combined. I don't know what the word would be with Aph when she was using their souls as relics. Um, I'm kind of curious. What did? Because we know what Lucinda lost her magic. Aaron has lost his memory and I think the ability to even see. I'm gonna assume that maybe he lost his curse too. Um, Zane, I don't know what you would call his thing, like, because he talks. Someone said like his. I know he saying numbers instead of names, kind of deal. Um, my brain's not functioning to what it is. I trying to remember what exactly he's lost other than the name thing. Someone's gonna have to correct me in like in the comments or something because I'm gonna be like I sound really dumb not talking about like this because like I obviously don't know with them. Um, I know technically with Ash, obviously she got the full force of like all the damage from the fight since it was her body and she's lost Aaron, but like I wonder what she's like lost, if you know what I mean, because it feels like everyone got like something taken from them. But then again, I guess her soul wasn't a relic, so it probably wouldn't be in the same category and stuff with them as losing. But like, again, she's lost Aaron. Her body was pretty fucked up from the fight. I'm surprised she was able to like stand up and walk and stuff from like the way that they were making it seem. And at the end of season 6, um, so I'm trying to think of like I don't usually really theorize stuff with my mom. And I know I said in the last video, last stream, that the comment is going to be, oh my god, I got the hiccups. I know the comment is going to be really, really important. And my friend, I hate to say sometimes, some blah, blah, blah. Yeah, my friend has like thought about, because like obviously Irene and Shad are pretty much like, I'm going to assume they're dead. And then it's supposed to be like, what? Irene used the last bit of her ability to save Aaron, I'm pretty sure she's dead, and I'm pretty sure Shad is dead. So, and Arya was considered as the protector of the realm kind of deal. And with the whole thing at the end of season 6, I might actually pull up the video where they're talking about it. But I'm trying to remember what episode they talked about it in. Because they were talking about something about the magic ceasing to exist thing. Hold up, I'm gonna look it up here before I pull it up on the screen. Oh, I was really confused. I was like, I thought they. Okay, we're looking really quick. Oh, the thumbnails changed. Because they were little knights in the new one, the new video. And it looks like they're little secret agents. Season 6. I'm thinking it's the last episode, but it could be the second to last video. Aha, okay, hold on. I know we're not technically at this video yet with the reactions, but it's not gonna ruin anything, again, because I've already watched the series. I cannot spell today. Yeah, I was gonna have this react to season 7 series. I might still pull them up while we're talking and stuff, just so we can like hear other stories. I don't know why I keep going past it. So last episode, ew, oh, okay, here, okay, here it is. Again, I apologize if it's too loud. For anyone who doesn't know, I cannot control the volume of the video once it's played on here. Let me pause this for a moment. This is Aphmau, her roleplay series. Oh, there's a fly. Uh, I've been going through and rewatching the whole series and talking about them, but we're talking about Aphmau Theories for the new season. So this is the last episode of season 6. We haven't made it that far with the in stream from the other videos, but again, I've already seen this, so it's not like a big deal for me. I just want to point out something at the end of here that of what she's saying because it is important to season 7. Oh God, the fireworks!
You know, you picked a really crappy time to develop a backbone.
Elizabeth? Where the hell are we?
That's not a very polite way to address the person that just saved you. Please, if you really want to die on that cannon, then I can just send you right back.
Wait, how did you...
There's a lot that you've missed since we split up.
Ah!
He's not dead.
He's not dead, that's just his face.
You didn't.
He's fine. His little family doesn't even know he's missing. They don't even remember him at all anymore.
What did you do?
Now that's gonna be interesting for season 7 because Garte has been a big part of this boy's life. especially with his company and stuff. So like that makes me kind of wonder how that's going to even work in the first place. Um, Hopefully this isn't a plot point that's forgotten next season.
Don't worry about it. He and I have a lot of catching up to do. He has a lot of sins to pay me
I found
back
my
for.
dog, I think.
Michael, that idiot. He was supposed to use the machine to get one relic, just the Ultima. Not thousands of normal people. Even he can play his cards wrong. And now, we have a broken Ultima, along with the celestial cannon at the bottom of the ocean.
Elizabeth.
And that's what I think is the interesting part of this, is that they're so worried about the comet and stuff, and that they know that Michael definitely screwed them over with whatever plan he had. I'm pretty sure the dude just wanted his power back so he could just take over completely. And he definitely wanted Aphmau dead because she was a piece of Irene's soul. And a lot of people think that like in season 7 we're gonna get another piece of Irene's soul and a different character, which would make sense if it's split in three. Um, my thing was that like maybe what it would be what it would be is that MCD would be one part of her soul, that version of Aphmau. Then we have Magistrate. Aphmau would be a piece of the soul. So my question is, would there be like, if the world resets, because someone brought, write it out, actually brought up Void Paradox, which I have not finished watching that. I might just watch it on stream for you guys because it does. Every time I've tried to watch it, if for somehow or some reason gets out of order and then I'm confused about what I need to watch and stuff. Um, so this is just in general like this. I think he pointed out something about like the world needing a reset because there's not a balance with Irene and Chad dead. Maybe that was what was bouncing this world, and now that Irene's dead, there needs to be a replacement. And my friend, her theory was something about like how they were going to Madoka Magica it. If you guys have not seen that anime, um, the end of season 1 or the original Madoka Magica. I haven't seen the other ones, by the way. Just a heads up. I've seen the second one like once, and I don't remember it, but I watched the one on Hulu when I have the chance because I really like the series. But she thinks that Aaron and Aphmau are gonna sacrifice themselves to be like pretty much like the new gods and goddess of like her being the goddess of life and him being the god of destruction. I'm pretty sure Shad's relic was like destruction and stuff. He had like the darker bit of the spectrum of this, which is interesting. You good, dude? Scratch a little too hard? Sorry. He's trying to find somewhere comfortable to lay down. I really, 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 really want Zach to interact with Aphmau next season, and I really want Elizabeth to interact with Caitlin because I think those characters deserve closure. Not Zach and Elizabeth, by the way. I mean, Aphmau and Caitlin deserve closure with their parents. Um, and I feel like we're gonna see Aaron's uncle. It was mentioned. somewhere, I think when Agent R was talking to Aaron during season 6, when they were like, I'm trying to think, my brain's like on the fritz right now, but I look like they got Aaron's dad and his brother out safe, so I'm kind of wondering about that. Um, I don't know, it makes me kind of question things and stuff like that. One of my favorite things, not one of my favorite things, was someone asking if Zach was Aaron's uncle, and I was like, let's not go there because let's just not go there. But yeah, sorry, my brain's literally so on the fritz. I'm not like tired or anything right now because I had hopped on stream as soon as I was able to. But I'm not. I'm bad. I can theorize a lot, but it's getting it out in words and stuff because I usually don't write down my thoughts clearly enough for me to like, let's make a script and let's talk about it and then find out the evidence. Because my whole thing was like, because my original thought was Aphmau gone back in time um, to fix the timeline kind of deal. Maybe go far enough back that like maybe even the Ultima Curse is just not a thing. But I don't know how bad that would mess with the timeline for her time. Unless she would have to do it like multiple times until like her timeline is normal. And then there was like a couple other things that I cannot remember for the life of me. Sorry, my little had door on earlier, and I have it on the TV still because I was too lazy to turn it off. But yeah, it's just I feel like season 7's gonna be really, really, really good. Even though I know some people are still gonna bitch, and I know someone's gonna be like, well, and it's like it's usually not even the younger fans, it's the older fans that bitch the most. I've noticed, or like at least people who have been in the fandom longer will bitch about like the smallest little things. And it's like, okay, just chill and relax with it. It's not meant to be taken that seriously. It's not like a life and death situation. Um, yeah, sorry, I'm like so tired. I just said I'm not tired. It's an exhaustion setting, but oh, I'm not really sure what else to talk about if I'm honest. We could post some theory videos just to. Oh God. If it lets me. Oh shoot, I have to go here. God. Hey, by the way, don't use AI, guys. I don't think Aphmau would approve of you guys using. No. Yep. Um, feel like this.
So the
Yep.
last episode of My Street.
So the last episode of My Street was a little over 4 years ago, and ever since, My Street has been kind of in the dark, with little to no news about what will come next and even if it will ever return. The closest we have
Oh, I'm
gotten to
close.
any sort of resolution has been Her Wish, which took place a few months after season 6, I think. And it had Aphmau and Aaron's daughter, Elena, or at least another version of her from Minecraft Diaries, I think. She ended up going to this alternate world to meet her parents that she never got to see, or because something happened in Minecraft Diaries. We'll never know, because that's a whole other story. But in this epilogue series, we got to see the world of Maestri and what it would have been like after the trauma of season 6, when angels fall. But the weird thing is that Her Wish was made in 2017, while the finale of season 6 premiered on 2019, so what's that about? There's a lot of unanswered questions and speculation about what could happen next and what has happened. I've already made a video discussing that Aphmau did want to make a roleplay back during 2020, but as we all know, the world caught on fire and Shad destroyed the world! Oh god. But thankfully Aphmau has stated at VidCon that yeah, there are plans, that she does have plans, but she just doesn't really know where to go from here. But she will eventually, hopefully eventually get there when we get there. I don't
I think this one might be a little too old. But I do want to. Hold on. He just did a video not so long ago. Here we go. Maybe just do long videos. Um, I don't know if I can. But we'll just go with this one.
Aphmau's no stranger Aphmau's no stranger to leaving references to Maestri or just full on mentioning past events in these videos, and I'm not about to make a whole video about how one girl in an all Yandere movie night is canon to Maestri to Minecraft Diaries. Man, can you imagine trying to fit in vampires and cat dog and Sonic and Corvus Bride into the lore? I would actually go insane. Oh god, no. So if Aphmau always leaves references in videos, why is this one video important? For context, not that long ago, Aphmau released a video called He's Dead, But He's Still Here, the movie.
I'm gonna point out that video was like one of my favorites. I thought about doing it on stream and talking about it, but I figured no one would be interested in it since it's been viewed enough times. Um, but I'm also just a really big Silent Hill fan.
And in this video, much like her other ones, it basically takes a concept and she morphs it into a narrative and makes a fun video out of it. But this one is different, majorly so. For starters, normally Aphmau makes videos about vampires and werewolves and yanderes and sussy boys, so making a video based on the game Silent Hill, a very popular horror game that tackles abuse, murder, depression, fog, pizza, ice cream, and your mother. This is just a
What?
crazy departure. When you look at the video closely, you can definitely see that it takes heavy inspiration from the original Silent Hill 2, but it also does way more than just take inspiration. It would be really easy just to take a few ideas from the game, but instead this video takes that idea of what Silent Hill is and it fits it in with the characters and what they've been through, and it's very creative about it. There's a ton of references in here, and not only is it cool
Oh
to
my
watch
god.
Aphmau tie together what Silent Hill 2 is about with her characters, it's also done extremely well, and I really enjoyed
It
watching this.
was.
It's mysterious, it's a bit spooky, it's fun, it's engaging, it's different. So much like in the original Silent Hill 2, Aphmau
No pause for it. It was so different from her like usual stuff, and it actually took me by surprise. And I was like, whoa. I think like a lot of us loved it too because again, different vibe, different something similar to like how it used to be with the style that was how it was recorded and stuff. Um, on the One Last Time channel, we had the murder mystery thing, that I thought was going to turn into more, and I'm thinking it's going to be eventually turned into more. But like that was also really cool, and we even got like characters like Kai back in this one, different voice unfortunately. At least we still got him back, and then we saw like a bunch of other characters and stuff.
into this town trying to find Aaron, because as the title says, he's dead, but for some reason he's still here. Much like James going to Silent Hill to try to find his Mary. Even the video takes moments and characters from the game, with Aphmau needing to break open doors with a crowbar like how James does in the game, needing to solve puzzles and navigate around the town like the garden, the movie theater, the hotel, apartment, place, I don't know. Surprisingly enough, the original enemies are also here as well, while looking slightly different because I assume Minecraft. Pyramid Head also makes an appearance in this video, which, if you don't know, in the original game, Pyramid Head is a manifestation of James' guilt for what he did to Mary. It's the inner consciousness wanting to literally swallow him up.
I think there was a Kiss Mary Kill, um, more recently or something like that, where Pyramid Head came up and people were thirsting, or I think Ash was thirsting over him, and it's like the funniest thing to me because I feel like Ash would be the type of person who reads like romance books or like monster romance books.
Kill him for what he has done. And at the end of the video, Aphmau even fights off Pyramid Head and finds out the truth, just like what James did when he had to fight his inner conflict and stop repressing what he did. And what's crazy is that this video doesn't really end with a happy note. In fact, it's actually kind of sad, because much like what happened to James in the original game, Aphmau realizes that Aaron is dead and isn't here after all, but Aphmau still wants to find him. Then the video just ends. It's honestly really powerful. At first glance, I really
It
didn't
was.
think much of it. This video was just Silent Hill 2, but Aphmau, and that was it. End of story. But there were a couple of things that started to rub me the wrong way. This entire video isn't just a bunch of references, it's all moments that are concentrated on a single plot, a single season
Season
of
4.
My Street. Specifically, Season 4, The Emerald Secret. Normally there's a ton of jokes and references in our other videos, but this one is so centered on just Season 4 that I don't think it's a coincidence. We have Aaron's medical files, his jacket, the cabin, the snowy mountain cliff, Aphmau mentioning her eyes looking different, her outfit changing, her using the knife to defeat Pyramid Head, her talking to herself in this setting. This is the very same place where she attacked Aaron and he fell off the cliff. This all means something. This whole video is a complete tonal shift. This isn't a fun and goofy time like in our other videos, no. This is a very serious video. So I think it's about time I start treating it like one. Hey, my name's Akira and I make a ton of different kinds of content that I'm sure you'll like, so
Ooh.
it would mean a lot if you subscribe and watch all my videos. Thank you so much for the support. I can't make these videos without your help, so I really appreciate you all watching. Alright, let's get back to the video.
Yes, please go subscribe to this person. I think probably most people are with his theory videos and stuff, but if you're not, if you're into the Aphmau stuff, then maybe you should definitely check some of his stuff out. Because it's actually really cool. He actually did a recap um, for season 7.
So let's start from the beginning. Silent Hill, the location is not real. Sort of, kind of. It is a very real town, but the actual place with the fog is just a manifestation. This town twists someone.
I know this one's getting mad because I'm pausing again. Oh, shoot. I just want to bring something up. Since there's a new game of Silent Hill, it is now confirmed that it's like more of a state of mind and it kind of moves places. It's not like an actual stays in one place. It just kind of. So I believe the other one takes place in Japan.
Fears and regrets into real monsters that torments them. This place is definitely supernatural, and in the original game, the characters that we see are real, but they all see different things compared to what James sees. This town manifests specific things for everyone who comes in contact with this. In Aphmau's version, I think all these characters are fake. To an extent. I think for the most part they are made by the town itself. A good example of this is the little girl, who constantly makes comments like, "The only monster I see is you, and the best thing you can do for him is die." Specifically with that moment, a siren can be heard off in the distance, then the kid just disappears, and the monsters start to chase Aphmau. This obviously wouldn't happen normally unless this kid is a magician. How do I make myself disappear? So knowing that this kid is possibly not real, that must mean that the other characters aren't either. They are manifestations from Aphmau's mind, meant to show her the truth and torment her and possibly even guide her. Maybe, I don't know, we'll get there. But why? Why is this town manifesting and making these characters for Aphmau? Well, in Silent Hill 2, James went into this town to find Mary, and at the end, spoiler alert, we find out that he actually killed her. This entire time, James was suppressing this information and just being straight up delusional. This town brought him here so he can understand the truth and stop chasing this ghost. The same thing actually applies to Aphmau. At the end of season 4 of My Street, Aphmau ends up getting controlled by the Forever Potion and actually does murder.
I think it. we were to ever get like an alternate timeline, that this would be fitting for it. I'm gonna be like, because I feel like it would have been a lot worse if she had actually killed him and stuff. Um, we might do the rest of this video in another stream. Um, I'm starting to get tired, and I don't want to like sit here and just watch the video and drag it out and not really talk and give my thoughts and opinions. Um, I mean, I'm gonna be doing Aphmau stuff like all this week, pretty much, and then we're gonna go back to watching the role plays probably next week, at best. Um, yeah, sorry, exhaustion is just hitting me like a plane, a train. It's hitting me. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream and stuff, even with me just mumbling and bumbling like a dummy. And I hope that I can get, uh, hopefully I can watch the live stream with you guys on stream, because that would be kind of cool to be able to do that. But anyway, good night, and I will